I'm Matt. This is a roof in Midtown today. So this building is probably built, I don't know, around 1920, 1910. This area is about that old. This is the roof. It's not in terrible condition. It could be resealed. You see this cracking and crazing, they call it. It needs to be mopped. This is like a, they call it silver paint, but it's more than just paint. It's a roof sealant. So I'd recommend doing that before winter, but this is not terrible, okay? There's some patches that were done here that were never sealed with the silver coating. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on this. There's something sticking up there. I don't know what it is. It's not pushing through yet, but something like that could push through and cause a leak. So most of the trouble on the roofs like this occurs around the parapet wall. So the whole roof slants toward the back. You tend to get more of your leaking toward the back of the building because all that water goes that way. But some of the worst places on this one are toward the front or at the front. So they call this the parapet wall, and the roof wraps up on the wall, and it's sealed here with this metal flashing and tap cons or whatever, sort of like a rivet put into the brick. This one's come off. This is peeling. There's some mortar missing on the back of the wall here. So this should be all sealed up better than what it is. Water can get into the building, believe it or not, through here. It can travel into the brick. This brick is several layers wide, usually about 3 or 4 in a building like this. And the water can get in between the layers and then travel down and end up inside the building. There's open joints here on the top, on the capping, that needs to be fixed. These chimneys have been sealed off, but this looks really good. This is rubber membrane. They call this EPDM, or a rubber roof sometimes, generically. But if you look up EPDM roofing, this is what you will see. So that's really great. You can see this was probably leaking around here and they patched it, but it was never sealed. You're supposed to seal this stuff with the silver coating because it protects it from the UV, from the sun, and it fills in the little cracks and things. It helps make it more waterproof. If you don't seal it, that reduces the life of that roofing considerably, so it needs to be sealed. Over here you got a pretty good size crack or tear, and the roofing material is actually torn right here. So that needs to be, they've patched it in the past. And another thing that happens is as this roofing ages, it shrinks and the sun hits it and it pulls it tight right here. This is wrapped up in here, but as it shrinks, it pulls it tight and it tears it here. Creates a weak point. But you can see all the brick and mortar that came out of there. This was patched too. Same thing here, not as bad, but same thing. Needs to be sealed up. Your metal roof, your little eyebrow that sticks out the front, is rusted on the top. It's not rusted through, but if at all possible, I would paint that at some point with an oil-based paint to inhibits the rusting. If that's original, that's really in pretty good shape for its age. I don't know if it's original or not, but see how it's rusting? You could paint that from up here. You take a paintbrush and duct tape it to the end of a paint stick and just paint it from right up here. But the parapet wall on this side, you know, not bad. You know, little stuff like this, I'd seal up. Need a, you know, a repair, not a new roof at this point. So it's not bad. Both usually this is worse. Somebody left their mop up here, but they were mopping on the stuff on the roof and they left it. But again, this parapet wall is not terrible. Got little places here and there where a little bit of water could get in. Driving rain. You know, the capping material, this clay cap, is in good shape. None of them are missing. The joints all have mortar in them. There's just a little bit of loose mortar in that one. But you know, not bad. Not bad at all. Back to the front. Somebody's got an air conditioning unit up here for one of the units. I'm not sure why. There's your atrium or whatever you want to call it. This is in pretty good shape. No issues there. Other than, you know, again, you got a parapet wall here. You can fix a little, you got some loose stuff here. Just fix that. This chimney over here I want to talk about a little bit. So when you have this going on, again, water can get in there and travel down between the layers of brick. They call them withes of brick. It just means layers. And it can get in there, cause issues. So somebody has patched this with some hydraulic cement or mortar or whatever that is. So it needs some more patching done. You might want to seal the whole thing with something. You could patch it and then paint it with tar all the way up to the top. You got a chimney here. I'm not sure what this is for, if this is for the boiler or not, but if this is actually for the boiler, you need a cap on there because water can come down in there. You need something like that one over there. See that? Keeps the water out. It's kind of windy. I hope you can hear me okay. This might even, that's rusted off pretty bad up there. This might need to be replaced. See, that's loose. The wind could get a hold of that and pull it off. So, but the back edge here, where you usually see the most problems, this is about where the building ends right here, and then the rest of it is porch. That's the porch roof. Or, you know, right there at the edge of the parapet wall. So, not bad.